What's good? What's good? I'm really tired. I don't even know if I can get my volume up and out to get. Anyways, we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to use two terms, two metaphysical terms, and metaphysical in the New Age sense, not in the classic philosophical sense, but in, like, the girls who call themselves witches and whatnot sense, the rock crystal collectors. No jabs, no shame. I dig y'all, but so these two terms have been told to me by people that I am these things, and they're similar but different, which is why they have their own words. The first one is mirror. I am a mirror. So I often will just sort of emulate the energy that you give me. I will mirror the energy that you give me. So if you give me a good vibe, I'm going to match it with a good vibe. If you give me a neutral vibe, I'm going to just be pretty indifferent to you. If you give me bad juju, you can expect it back. And I didn't really learn this until late 20s, early 30s. I'd always known it intuitively, but I had never been given a term to explore. And it fits so perfectly. And so most people either really love me or really hate me. It's not uncommon that people are neutral or indifferent, but it's more common that there's an extreme. And I'm experiencing that as I'm leaving my job, as people are finding out. I'm getting some of, like, the most just sincere, and this one of my employees, like, offered to, like, rent me one of her units at a really cheap price. Another one got, like, I could see her tearing up when I told her I was leaving. But also, other employees that don't like me, they're pretty happy. So that's the first one. I'm a mirror. The other term is projector. And so it's similar in that it deals with me taking in your energy, but the projector term has more of an implication in that I will actually amplify it or project it out to be seen by others. I started realizing in my mid-20s that people will be more honest in one-to-one conversations than they will be in group conversations. And people stopped including me in group conversations because they didn't want to have to be honest. And so, like, in a work environment, I've been complaining about my job a lot. My boss really does not like me because I'm projecting out into the atmosphere how inept and lazy she is. And I know everyone says that about their boss, but my boss really is lazy. She's always late. She always leaves early. I'm not just being disgruntled. So, in dealing with, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but Kyle from the Brothers Blue, if you're new to this channel, I really implore you to go watch the Brothers Blue Conversations playlist, because I think all the conversations except maybe one. Anyways, go watch that. And I think that might be a good example of how I interact with energy and interact with what you give me. But then I just wanted to get this other story out as a real life example, mainly just to prove I'm not always a grumpy fucking asshole. Although you see a lot of grump on this channel, I'm truly, like, a pretty pleasant person. Like I said, if you give me pleasant energy, I'm going to give it back to you. And if I'm, like, out in public, I actually just try to minimize my energy as much as possible. Because I don't want to, if I'm in a bad mood or whatnot, I don't want to give bad energy out. But if I'm in a good mood, sometimes it's just impossible to Anyways, okay, let me just tell this story. I do the delivery apps. Specifically, I've been doing Walmart Spark a lot. And so I've been going to the same Walmarts and picking up orders and delivering them. And I'm generally sociable with the people that work there. I work retail, so I know what they have to go through. I'm patient, I'm helpful, everything. One of the young ladies that I have built a friendship with over the last several months has just always been really, really sweet and kind and polite to me, and so I gave it back to her. And I asked her about her life, and so she has a fiance, and she's wanting to work and do personal taxes for people. She has a fun fiance. I spoiled the story. They weren't engaged up until like a week or so ago. I had known she had a vacation planned, and so I hadn't seen her, and then I saw her, and so I was like, oh, how was your vacation? And she just was really bright and bubbly always to begin with, but I could tell she was extra bright and bubbly. And she like stuck her hand out, and I was like, oh. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that like a promise ring, engagement ring? Because she's young, but no judgment. Fucking start families, yo. Anyways, okay. So she was like, it's an engagement ring, oh my gosh. And I swear on my firstborn child's life, she said in the excitement, I've been waiting to see you to tell you. And that just felt really good. That this person I interact with primarily on a work sort of relationship, we've built a deeper friendship. And so I had known she was seeing this young man, and then I found out that they were engaged. And so as we're loading up my groceries and she's all excited and stuff, I was like, let me ask you though, in a very like joking manner, I was like, is this young man responsible? I said that, like in that sort of joking, like, I'm looking out for you, but I don't want to be like too paternal. And she giggled. Literally, she giggled. And she said, yes, of course. And the giggle, I want to circle back to that after I finish the rest of the story. And so then I followed up. I was like, cautiously, I moved forward. I was like, so are you going to take his last name, or are you one of those modern ladies? And she laughed really hard. Not a giggle, a laugh. So different sorts of expressions of happiness, distinct for a reason. She laughed really hard and said, oh, heck no. She's a farm girl from the Midwest. And she was like, oh, heck no. I'm not like one of those crazy ladies. I'm not like the ladies up here. She's taking his last name, and she's proud to do it. And so why is the giggle and laugh distinction important as it pertains particularly to this topic? Well, I believe, and I want to weave into this thread a few different subjects and the themes in a lot of my videos. Masculinity. When I'm chill, when I'm just doing my thing, which like when I'm doing my deliveries, because it's like my second job and it's like I no stress, I'm chill most of the time. Chill men rooted in their masculinity create an environment for femininity to flourish. And I've said that before. And so the fact that she felt so comfortable to be able to just giggle, not laugh, but giggle, that told me that I, in that moment, was being successful. Edit. I get really self-conscious sometimes when I film these in public and I'm parked next to someone. So someone just pulled up, and I'm like, okay, burp. So let me just finish the video. Giggling and laughing. She felt comfortable to just be her, just like innocent, authentic, joyous, happy, like feminine, beautiful figure she was. Just like, that's so beautiful. And it feels good for me to be able to create that space for someone. And it's a really nice reminder that I am capable of that. And then it's also cool. I just like making people laugh. I'm a bit of a trickster. I'm a bit of that trickster energy. I guess I'll just wrap up the video there. I guess there's a universal sort of sentiment to this in that you get what you give. As simple as that. And with me, I don't really hold back. And I'm going to give it harder. Sorry. Just Michael Scott, that's what she said. Much love, y'all.